Now, once you finally did get rolling with the game of basketball and realized, man, I like this thing. Who were some of your early teachers or instructors in the game, or
my big brother? He developed a shot they called the pet shot, and I teach it to this day. It's like a hook, baby hook, and I always teach it over the ear. Okay, the release, and like anything else, he had a shot from the top of the key, and he was the point guard playing for our church team, Mount Sullivan Baptist Church. My mother made sure I go to church every Sunday. Before I even went to play baseball in Van Cortlandt Park, we was the only black faces out there with grown men. And I always called him my second father, a Jewish man. And like anything else, me looking at the TV screen, understanding at that time this is gonna be like the mentorship that I would need, it was just strictly me watching more of the pro game, a little bit of the college game, and then I started getting more of an understanding as I started working more on developing my skills on my own, tucking my thumb for a finger drill. It was my drill. I teach it to so many, eyes closed, and like anything else, I was developing my own skill a lot by myself because I'm not playing high school ball, and it's just strictly recreation. You're playing with a lot of different coaches. At that time, we was mature enough as teenagers to get a roster for a tournament, and then we go get who we want to play with us. And a lot of people would start to pick me up because I was starting to develop my game while attending Clinton, and then the rest was history. So one of the players that I started feeling that I think I like the way he plays, named Tiny Archibald, and the rest is history because I kind of developed that name as I started developing into becoming a college basketball player, which is real strange how that developed. But
yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that, Knowles.
Yes.
So what you said you attended? You said you attended Clinton, and that it was your best, probably the best thing for you because it was all
Yes.
boys.
All boys.
Was there any particular reason why you decided to attend Clinton, or it was a zone school, or?
No, I'm down here on 181st Street. They wasn't really playing zones. As long as you can get there, go. Your transcript goes to that high school, because you put down Clinton. Clinton was like the bomb, you know. At that time, I'm looking at possibly baseball, but then when I got up there and saw it was basketball. I tried out for the JV coach selected me in the trial. I didn't know they had 3 other trials. And then I asked him after the gym class, he put me with the basketball gym class with all the high school basketball team and JV. I walked up to the coach, never forget him, John Wiles. I love him to this day. And I said, did I make the team? And he said, no. And I just asked why, out of being respectful. And he said, well, the things I saw you doing, I thought was luck. But I put you in this gym class so I could see more of you for next year, getting you ready for the varsity. And I said, okay, no problem. But that motivated me. And that's when I just continued to work. And then 11th grade year, I knew they already had the guys in the JV that's moving up. So I knew there wasn't gonna be no room if I tried out, just so I get an idea.
Yes. Pardon me, Mr. Knowles. I hear you offering, when you talk about high school, you immediately jump to 10th grade. Is that because junior high schools went up to 9th in your era, or?
It was already K to 6, elementary, 7th, 8th, 9th, junior high school. 10, 11, 12 was high school.
Gotcha. Wow. See, that's crazy. Yeah, that's because I'm dumbfounded. Like, why does he's not talking about his freshman year? What? There was no such thing? Like, no, it wasn't.
3 years. 3 years.
Okay. All right. I'm up to speed now. Up to speed now.
Yes.
So now you're motivated. You motivated to bounce back and try to get on that vars your junior year. What was that about? What were you doing during the summer to get ready for that? And then what was that?
I was playing in tournaments because I happened to play against some recognized high school ball players from uptown. In my 10th grade year, who was sitting in front of me later on would make the Olympic team. Tom Henderson, Doug Collins, when the Russians beat the United States for the first time. Tom Henderson was on that team, but he was sitting in front of me. We was getting to know each other. He wasn't on the JV neither. But for some strange reason, we trying out and was on the same team, trying out our junior year. I'm not knowing that he was a really serious basketball coming up star, because he wasn't on the JV team. And at that time, the better players were, it was always said, was not on the team. I wasn't understanding that to take it to heart, because you're dealing with 8,000 boys. Now, like anything else, we trying out together. I done played summer tournament, and now I'm really doing it. During the winter, I'm playing in the CYO, and I just happened to play good against a team that had a front line of 6'7". And by me dropping 27 to 23 the first half on them at my size, they invited me to start playing with them up in Edenwald. So I started playing up in Edenwald. Dangerous, most project, you had the gangbang up there, intercrime, and well-known with a well-known name, God bless, Joe Pratt. And I'm playing with his younger brother,
neighbor, and I know you know.
And everything else, like anything else, I'm rocking and rolling, and I'm going to Edenwald. My friends wouldn't even want to come up there with me, because it was serious, north side, south side. And then I slide right on over to Sousa, and I'm getting it in. And now they starting to recognize and respect, and that's when Tom Henderson and I got close going to 11th grade year. And next thing you know,
Tom was from over that side.
Right, he was from Olinville. You know, that's where he went, 113 Olinville, right there to 13th Street.
Yeah.
And we becoming close friends, getting closer, because now I'm playing on the main team, and people starting to think I'm from Edenwald. When I would ride through with my bike, or did I get off the bus and run through the neighborhood to get to Sousa, and I get to 25th Street in Laconia, and the crowd would be at the corner. That's 5, 6 of them would get ready to approach me, and somebody said, no, that's the ball player. He down with the team. Boom. They let me through, and I went right on through, and I'm doing my thing, and my name started developing that way. Now I'm playing with them in tournaments outside of Edenwald, because we got a team, and it's nothing but 6'7", 6'8". Pro potentials already.
You got a bunch of weapons to feed.
And now I'm point guard, starting to understand that me developing my name in the schoolyard tournaments, I was 35 a game. But now I'm playing with them, I'm breaking it down to now passing it on to them, get mine when I want, but to make sure I'm on the court, because a lot of them are hungry, you know, and they're already future stars. Tom Henderson himself, we in the backcourt together. And now when it was time for us to try out together, Shake Bacon, I'm hopping into him. He ain't missing the shot. And rhythm the whole 9. He made the team on his way to making all city his junior year, while I'm walking the hallways, knowing that the guys from the JV in my position moved up to the varsity. And I wasn't mad.
Why do you think that was?
Because they had reputations in junior high school and I didn't. And they had people who had played for the school, was able to call Mr. Wiles and say, so-and-so, my cousin, so-and-so. Nate Tiny Archibald's brother, Geronimo Archibald, was on the team. It wasn't like he might have been better, but he had his brother. And they had more from the Patterson Projects, where he's from, trying out. And they was down because Tiny Archibald spoke up for them. Like anything else, there were other gentlemen across town. Yeah, that's gonna be my cousin, Tojo Fletcher, you know, and so forth. So somebody was connected, and I was connected.
So the politic game was even going on
back then. All I had was an independent Jackie Knowles, from little old West Avenue.
So now you're not on the squad. How you taking that your 11th grade year? Are you upset or you motivated?
It was motivation, because that meant I still had more to learn, get stronger, get better, and it just made me just work harder. And by the time my senior year, Tom Henderson is trying to really help me get on the team, because he's a star player. And we had a strong team regardless of the fact, but he wanted me back there with him because he's always been that comfortable playing with me. And I'm just knowing that this is what it's all about. Then I played my senior year for the coach. When you deal with the history of basketball, how it opened up New York City, low income, educational, disadvantaged youth. Glory Road, the movie was developed. I played for Never Shed. Was in that movie. Now I'm traveling to Claremont Projects, 169th Street, playing for 148, which is now 219. Willie Worsley, who now lives up where I have been living since 96, 2 years ago, when I moved out. Clinton, Shed, Morris. Now you got Willie Cager from Queens. They there. I saw the game on TV. Pat Riley's playing. Lou Dampier, Kentucky, Adolph Rupp. And they upset with the Black Five. And everybody now was coming to the neighborhoods, speaking of the white coaches, no disrespect, because we got to go get some more of us because they already opened the door for us. And the rest is history. Me watching that game, wow, I got to go out there and work harder. Me watching the Pearl come into the NBA, Tiny Archibald's coming to the NBA. Motivation, my height, a few inches taller, the Pearl. We see the Pearl doing this thing. We would get out there and we try to emulate. I'm watching Tiny Archibald from the age of 15, going into my 11th grade years when I met Tiny Archibald. And just watch what he was doing. I'm sitting right there in the schoolyard when he's in junior college already, on his way to Texas El Paso because they won, became Texas Western to Texas El Paso national championship. And it became like an underground railroad. And my coach Never Shed, I learned a lot from, who now is liking me because I'm getting on the neighborhood team, Claremont Projects, and everybody's there. You know? We got Mike Lawrence on the junior team. We got Arnold Duggett on the junior team. They had to play against us, myself and Victor Cruz, God bless his dad. And we just was doing our thing. And I started learning more about basketball, getting under a coach like him, who was able to teach. And I was use some of his stuff that, you know, later on when I become a coach. You know, this is what it's all about, because it's about learning the game and understanding if you got teachers who really are about it. And Never Shed got drafted to the NBA. His knees was bad, so he couldn't continue in the league. Willie Worsley drafted ABA, playing Nets. So we watching these guys. And that became more of the motivation. And it made me just work harder, work harder, work harder. Putting in that time, winter, the whole 9, running miles on my own. Because now I'm starting to take it real serious and I want to get there. And then when my 12th grade year came, I made it to the last 17, 18, and I just felt like if I'm going to play, I might not play that much in my position. And I had to live with that. And I decided not to continue to have that third year of that word, you didn't make it. And Mr. Wiles, who was a JV coach when I came in 10th grade, was not a varsity coach. And for whatever reason, him and I were cool. He approached me. He said, "Why you stop coming?" I said, "Mr. Wiles, you got your team, you know, and I can live with that, I'm cool." And he said, "Okay, Jack." The JV coaches, who I gave the 23 in the first half to, that was coaching Mac Conception, Gun Hill Road, the church right there, next to Gun Hill Park.
Right next to it.
Right. So he was the coach, and he was trying to tell Mr. Wiles he could play. And Mr. Wiles was telling him, I already told him since 10th grade, you just got here. But I wasn't mad. It just made me better. And then I played in the All-Star All-American tournament up in Montefiore, which had the building, which is now MMCC headquarters.
Community Center, got the gym in the basement.
And they had the major all-city, all-American tournament, and I played in that. You know, 'cause now I'm household recreation name.
And what in your high school class is what year?
70.
Big nose capping, but
That's the number I'm giving you. That is me.